All right, guys, today's a good day. Oh, yeah. It's upside down. So the thing I bought today is green. Like, I mean, it's like really green. Holy crap. God damn, this thing's huge. Holy shit. Sheesh. All right, besides the welder, this is the other box that came with it. And let's see what we got. I guess overall, I should just kind of give what it exactly is. It's an MTS 225 everlast, and it's got an AC/DC TIG, a stick, which I won't be using, and it's got a MIG. It's a 225 amp unit, and it will run on 110 volts also. All right, yeah, let's just open the box and see what's up. All right, we got the MIG. It's a fancy connection there. Huh. Okay, got a 110 to 220 adapter. I will be trying that because I got some 110 work I need to be doing at another job where they don't have 220, so hopefully this will come in handy. We will try that. I got a hose for the tank, it looks like, for the regulator. This probably is the regulator. Yes, this would be the regulator. It's not a dual regulator, it's just a regular single regulator. Nice. Yeah, it's fancy. Sweet. All right. Got a big old ground. That just goes on the ground. Looks like they gave us two fittings for the MIG, like the tip. Looks like we got an 030 and a 35 wire. We have a Nova foot pedal. I wonder if this is the upgraded one. I'm not sure. I think there's like an upgraded one, but I don't know if that is the upgraded one. I imagine these are the screws for the handle. So we'll get that on, which is crazy to lift that up by one hand, the handle. That thing is heavy. We have the alligator clip. Basically just gonna go sit on the shelf because I'm never gonna use this thing. And we got the TIG torch and all the consumables. It looks like they gave me a little kit too. No tungsten, but they gave me some cups. I won't be using these, I'm gonna use my other cup. Ah, okay. It's fancy. All right, I think that's everything. Let's put this thing together. All right, guys, I already see another minor problem. There's my old welding crate right there, and that's the welder. I don't think it's gonna fit. It's a big old MIG torch tip. All right, I got my ground clamp in the wrong spot. It looks like if you're using gas, you're gonna want the clamp on the right side. I have it set up for flux cord, so I gotta move that cord over. You know, fucking around over here, I gotta put it over here. Next we have the regulator here. I just realized I jumped the gun too quick, and I got this hooked up to the TIG tank. I need to put on the MIG tank for now. Nice. And then we just gotta hook up this to the back of the welder. There is separate ports for MIG and TIG, or argon or mixed gases, like what I'm using for the MIG here. All right, so we got TIG for the top, and I assume this bottom one is for the MIG. So take that cap out. And we plug this guy in right here. Someone knows, I don't know. What do I know? This thing's green, it'll last forever. All right, next guys, we gotta load up the spaghetti. So we open up this little trap door here. All right. I think that's it. As long as you get that cam gear on the wire, it's squeezed between the rollers, it's good. And then you have your adjustment right here to make it tight. I guess you kind of want it more tight than loose. You wouldn't want it to slack. All right, I think that's good enough to at least turn it on and give it a shot, see what happens. Okay, as you can see, I already made the elbow going from the turbo. I already made that a couple days ago when I first got the new welder, and apparently I need a lot more practice. And I don't have a dual flow regulator, so I can't purge this. So I am going to get all the crystalline inside, and I'm okay with that. That just means it's probably going to fall apart or rust at some point in its life, but I'll address that years from now. I'm sure it'll last at least 2 years. So I just got the V-band clamp welded to the flex joint, and that came out pretty good. I wouldn't say perfect, but it doesn't look cooked anyways, so this will probably be good. This, however, is cooked. This is gonna probably rust. Despite that, I usually leave these clamps on when I weld these V-bands so it doesn't warp. Even though they can still warp, even with this connected, if you throw too much heat into these welds. Don't ask me how I know that. So yeah, the next piece I'm gonna have to do is the downpipe from here down to here, which requires another little elbow and a straight piece. Kind of looks like a J. I need to make a J piece to add all these in. Also very important when you do these flex joints, there's an in and an out. You got to make sure you put those the right way. See a little step inside there? I don't know if you can see it. There's like a little step. Got to make sure the exhaust is coming out this way, not into it. All right, next piece. I need to make the J piece. All right, so this is kind of where this V-band's gonna sit, somewhere down there. So I need to make an elbow off this flex joint here, and then a straight piece that goes up to the exhaust over here. You can't see it, but yeah, it's over there. I think I'm gonna do the down piece first, off the turbo. What's up, guys? I'm just gonna do a little walkthrough of what I've been up to. Been real busy with other things lately, but I still have been working on the Mini, just not filming as much. I'll start right here with this exhaust, this downpipe I made. I started making a different downpipe prior to this one, and I just realized it wasn't gonna work, and I wanted to do something a little bit different, and I wanted to keep it all round tubing. Nonetheless, I did this with my new everlast welder here. I tigged it up. I don't have a purge setup, so I'm gonna have crystalline, sugaring, whatever you want to call them, insides. And to be honest with you guys, I am not scared of that. Both my other cars have that, and it's fine. I think, in my head anyways, Purging is 100% better. You would want to do that on anyone's car for sure. Like I was just saying, I've already done 2 exhausts that I have not purged, and they haven't failed me yet. I could see if you're doing like a lot of high revvings, a lot of heat cycles, maybe it would crack. But I'm a firm believer if you get enough penetration, enough filler wire, these will hold up just fine. That being said, when you're not purging it, you probably will get rust on the inside because there is no coating on it, and you're just basically taking the chrome. The chromes. You're taking something out of the stainless that's gonna basically let it rust. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Every other car in the world, right from the factory, is not 100% stainless, and they do rust out over time. Whatever, I'll make a new one. It's fine. But like I said, I don't have a dual flow regulator, so I don't have a purge sub. And I'm just doing with what I got, guys. And this is what I got. Couple pie cuts, couple TIG welds. I mean, nothing, you know, I still need practice. I'm not saying these are perfect, but I don't think it's gonna fail. I do need to do an O2 oxygen sensor somewhere in this pipe, but that's a different story or down the line. Other than that, firewall, yes, I've been working on the firewall, and it's just tacked in. I got this plate here, this little shelf here. I will be doing a plate from here to the valance here at some point. Not worried about that at the moment. I do have to trim this back a little bit and put a filler in here, and the goal is to have this all welded up and then go back and smooth all these welds and make it all look all like one piece. Not, you know, I don't want to do a patch quilt, but these are weird angles, and it's not easy doing this in one piece whatsoever. Like, I got some gaps here, but this can all be filled with weld on the top and the bottom. As long as you get good penetration, grind back smooth, these are fine. There's nothing wrong with this. All right, moving to the inside of the car here. Yes, been doing the tunnel. And my plan is to make a removable panel for here. I'll do some beauty washers on the side here, whatever you want to call them. And I think I'm gonna do this piece out of a thicker piece of aluminum. Right now this is 12 gauge steel, so it's pretty thick. And I got 16 gauge steel on the sides. And none of this is welded yet. So that's kind of where I left off just the other day. I do have to do a little bit of mods on the selector though, for sure. But this is all generally in the spot where it has to be, which is really good. So I'm happy about all this. But like in the R1 video, I have like that little aluminum plate that sits on top and it has all those washers. And it's got like a nice cool like flow to it. So I plan on doing something just like that. And I might be able to do some cup holders back here too, which would be nice. The 12 gauge steel, it's thicker. It's just what I had laying around over there, which is good though, because it's gonna cover the little drive shaft down yonder. And I think it'll bring back some strength. But cutting this open just weakened it. But this thing, once welded, is gonna be really, really sturdy. So I'm happy about that. There's no easy way to do this. I did some cardboard templates and a lot of measuring, and I was happy enough to make this top piece here all in one sheet and not have it spliced in the middle right here. It's all one sheet. And I measured like 5 times, and I cut once and it fit. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Going back to this exhaust, this gets bolted up right here, and I had to do some sketchy stuff underneath the car. I'm not proud of it, but I'm gonna have to reinforce it down the road once the motor's out. So I don't know if you can see, there's like a little bendy boy right there. So I have to finish welding that, grind it back smooth, and maybe add in like another gusset somewhere right in there next to those blobs of welds. So I gotta, once the motor's out and I got better access, I'm gonna kind of just touch it up, make it nice and strong. But that hoop is mainly just for the exhaust to pass through. All right, so what do we got next? Next, yeah, I just want to finish up this this cover panel right here for the transmission. Little access panel, that'll be nice. And a spot where my e-brake can go onto, well, the hydro e-brake rather. So we'll be putting one of those in this car as well. And yeah, so once that's tacked in and welded pretty good, I'll pull the motor back out completely, and I'll go back and finish welding everything. And hopefully it'll just go nice and smooth. But right now it's been tough filming. I shouldn't say tough, but I've just been doing a lot of other little odds and end jobs. Just staying real busy, and it's cutting into my time working on the Mini. So I'd rather just kind of work on it, get some stuff done, and do a little bit of talking about it. But I will be filming some more stuff soon. Yeah, so that's kind of where it's at. Oh, I did go to the metal store today too, and I wasn't able to get aluminum for the cover panel I wanted. But I do have this big giant hunk of diamond plate steel here. I shouldn't say so. It's aluminum. I think it's 3/16. It doesn't look quite like 1/4 inch. It's pretty thick, but I wouldn't say 1/4 inch. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna clean this up one side, and then the back side I'll leave diamond plate. I'll probably just smooth the edges, and I'm gonna use this for my access panel. And then we can get this motor back out and kind of move forward. Actually, for now, I can't really put this back on because I haven't trimmed the bottom of this panel here. I kind of have to do like a little moon shaped here, and it's following the exhaust, so I can't really put that back in. I was gonna show you guys. I think I have a clip somewhere. I'll find it. I'll add it in here if I do find it. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get some measurements for this panel, and I'll get cracking on that. All right, for this panel now, I got my old cutout here. Obviously, came from there. What I plan to do is just make this a little wider. You know, maybe I'll come out like 1 inch around the whole thing, and I'll just cut it out. And that'll be my piece. Now, this big piece of diamond plate that I have here, it's covered in muck and mud and whatnot, and it has a weird bump out on this side. So I'll try to utilize this corner. I do believe I can clean this and get this looking pretty good. Instead of, so this is like one spot. I started just a quick sand, and I believe I can get this back to a nice finish. Although I won't be staying aluminum forever, as I will be getting painted. But I think I can salvage this. As for the rest of this piece, we got this for free. Well, my friend got it for free for me anyways, but I might try to use this as some sort of a skid plate, maybe. It's really thick. So, but anyways, yeah, I'm gonna utilize this corner and cut a piece. All right, here's what I got working with for this. This edge is only so thick, so this inside line is the main, this piece here, and this outside line is just about the end of here. So I made it a little bit heavier on this side, a cool 18 millimeters, 0.7 inches. So I'm gonna cut on this black line, and it should give me this little overlap here to do my bolts, my nuts and bolts, so it'll screw into this. I'm gonna cut on the right side of this line, not the inside, just to give me a little bit more safe play. I'm just gonna use the angle grinder, but when you use a cutoff wheel in aluminum, it tends to gum up the cutoff wheel. It just takes longer, but it will work. And I don't have a jigsaw with a metal blade, otherwise that could be a thing. I might have a sawzall though, I'll try that. Quick update. Sawzall doesn't work as good as I thought it would, so I'm using an angle grinder with a tiny wheel. All right, so I use this cutoff wheel as much as I possibly could. Does anyone else really go this small with their grinding wheels? It's literally bottoming out on the actual hand grinder itself. Safe to say I got all the use I could possibly get out of this disc. All right, on to the next one. Yeah, this one's got some life left. Oh yeah, she's cherry. Got plenty of life left on this one. All right, I'm done messing around. I'll put a rail blade on for you guys. Alrighty, finally got this piece cut. The old angle grind with the new disc came through for me, so this is great. Let's see how I did. So now, maybe you guys are starting to see the idea here. Do a couple bolts. Couple 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 10. Get this pinched, and yeah, yeah, should make a nice access panel here. Now I do want to go back and grind back some of the diamond plating just on the edge here, just so it'll fit pretty smooth on here. And if I don't like this, which I don't know if I'm going to use this down the line, but for now I could just make this and then replicate it on a nice new piece of aluminum once I get one eventually, because it does have all these marks from the diamond plate. I guess how they make it, there's like little, you can feel it. I guess I could sand it, just really sand it like pretty good until it's smooth, and it'd probably be fine. Maybe that's what I'll do, who knows. But yeah, I gotta clean these edges. They're still razor sharp here. And let me do an outline with a marker and see how much clearance we actually have for bolts. All right, just your average outline with the marker. So yeah, there's plenty of room to do drill some holes and put a captive nut in the back and make this a good panel. And it is thick. Actually, let's see how thick it really is. What do you guys want here? Millimeters? .5 millimeters. Yeah, I'm on like one of the little edges here, but just under 5 millimeters. Let me change the mode here so I can see what it is. 13/64. Well, it's bigger than an eighth, and that's plenty for me. Looking pretty good, not too bad. I just shaved around the edge here to get rid of the diamond plate. Diamonds, in fact, are not forever. But nonetheless, this fits pretty good. Get this lined up here. Not too bad. Like I said, I may or may not use this fully, but for now I can use it, and I can always change this down the road when I get that far. But for now, this will help me get going more in the build until I find a nice piece of aluminum that I can use. I got a goddamn welder. Look at this thing. This thing is freaking sweet.